Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're back with part 2 of Adorning My Locks Multicolor Wrap. I'm just pulling this lock forward so I don't have to reach around so much. Next, I'm just grabbing a piece of yarn. We're going to start this lock off the same way we did in part 1. We're going to start with placing our yarn behind the lock, meaning the side that's closest to us, and we're just going to wrap that lock down. Remember, we're trying to tuck that loose end, so be careful when you're doing this part. You don't want to have any pieces of the loose end hanging out when you wrap your lock. We're going to continue to wrap this lock all the way down to about the halfway point. So the yarn I'm using is by I Love This Yarn. It's their metallic version in the color Teal Sparkle. So once we get to our desired length or so, we're just going to grab some scissors and cut off that excess yarn. Now we're just going to grab another piece of yarn in a different color. We're going to make sure to line up those loose ends and begin to wrap the lock in the same direction. You want to be careful doing this part because now you'll have two loose ends to tuck under the yarn. The yarn I'm using here is Grape by I Love This Yarn. As you can see, I'm in full concentration here. I'm just making sure to tuck those two loose ends under the yarn nice and tight. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to wrap that yarn down about another third of the way. And when we get to our desired length, I'm just going to grab a duck clip and go ahead and clip that yarn down. Next, I'm just grabbing a bead. I'm just going to go ahead and slide that bead up the lock. I'm going to go ahead and remove that duck clip as well. And I'm going to grab our yarn again, hold that bead nice and tight, and wrap that yarn right under that bead. You want to make sure you wrap that yarn right under that bead because that's what's going to anchor our bead in place. Once you feel like you have a good position for the yarn, you can continue to wrap the lock down. Once you get to your desired length, we're going to go ahead and tie the yarn off. So you're going to bring the yarn over your fingers and loop the end through the bottom and through the top. So over your fingers, through the bottom of the yarn and through the top. You want to make sure that you're pulling it nice and tight because you want to have those knots on that yarn nice and snug. I do this about 4 times. 4 is a good amount. Therefore, if one of your knots comes undone, you'll still be good to go. Next, we're just going to grab our scissors and cut off that excess yarn. You could even try this with 3 colors as well. And here we are, all finished. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and share.